2011. Sirens are blaring across a small town in rural Mississippi as
Smithville.
residents make their way to a local storm shelter. Cramming inside,
Mississippi?
the
That's why I
screams of
wouldn't
the
want to
sirens
live in no
begin to
Mississippi.
phase a terrible roar.
Man, when it comes to like fucking natural disasters, like if you had to pick one to be in, I said an earthquake. But if I had to pick another one to be in, I maybe a tornado. Maybe a tornado. I'm not trying to go in no hurricane. That's like a tornado, but with water attached. It's just even worse. A fire is pretty bad. What other natural disasters are there? Tsunami. You don't want a tsunami. I'm gonna let you know that. Or a volcano. You don't want one of them bitches either. Hook me up with the earthquake or a tornado. Let's see. How bad? This is the worst one in history. Let's see how bad this bitch was. I think tornadoes are kind of weak. I ain't gonna lie.
U.S. history has just entered their town.
We gonna find out. Damn! My bad. If the tornado hurt me, I didn't say that.
It's late April, and meteorologists
It's 420
at the Storm
first?
Prediction Center are
Oh
scanning the
man, niggas was
atmosphere,
lit that
looking
day.
for
The
key
day after
ingredients
420.
needed for the formation of severe weather when they notice something concerning. A massive region of low pressure, called a trough, is moving across the United States.
Uh-oh.
This giant, slow-moving trough is bringing with it a belt of extremely fast-moving winds aloft, while at the same time drawing in inconceivable amounts of warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, bringing together a dangerous combination of atmospheric conditions. The
Cold
mixture
air and the
of
warm air.
moist air with cold, dry air aloft
Yup.
is generating large amounts of atmospheric instability
Oh
needed
my
for
God.
thunderstorms called convective available potential energy, or CAPE.
CAPE.
Additionally, the fast-moving southwesterly winds of the trough are overspreading a powerful
Oh, we learned in this
level jet of
video.
air rushing north, creating incredibly large amounts of both speed and directional wind shear.
Supercell
needed to cause
composite.
thunderstorms to begin rotating. Noting that all the ingredients for severe weather
That nigga was probably on the computer. That shit was going on. He was looking. These warm, humid winds with these cold, dry winds. They're meeting. Oh no! Oh no! It's a supercell. It's gonna be a supercell. Everybody run! Run! This is not a fucking drill.
high-risk outlook for severe weather, including a 30% outlook for
Said Mississippi, you're fucked.
strong tornadoes. By 1 a.m., a tornado outbreak was
1
already
a.m.?
underway across Mississippi and Alabama as unexpected lines of powerful thunderstorms called quasi-linear convective systems, or QLCS, moved across the area, spawning over 70 powerful tornadoes along with
70?
strong straight-line winds.
My bad. I didn't know they could run in packs like that. I didn't. You could have 70. I thought it was just one. I didn't know they could have fucking gangs. They got tornado gangs. Man, they come and blowing shit down. Literally, man, they come blow that shit down, Roy. Stop playing with them.
Causing widespread damage to infrastructure,
70?
while also leaving behind a dangerous thermal boundary draped across northern
I know that shit. When you roll down your window, that shit windy as hell. That shit's probably sound crazy, man. Raining cats and dogs out there picking up your cat and you. 70 tornadoes? You think it's safe, bro? You think it's.
Alabama.
Mayday! Mayday!
They were only going to get worse. As the
Nah.
sun begins to heat up the
You're
atmosphere, on
cooked.
April
You're
22nd,
cooked.
Meteorologists noticed that the storm system was even stronger than expected, prompting
Oh.
them to increase their outlook to an unbelievable 45% risk, noting a major outbreak of intense, long track, and perhaps violent tornadoes is expected. However,
Run!
none of them could have imagined the scale of what was about to take place.
Run!
At 10:30 a.m., a cluster of storms erupts near Monroe, Louisiana, slowly gaining strength before merging together, organizing into a powerful, rotating thunderstorm called a supercell, spinning faster and faster as the
It's
clouds
the
begin reaching closer together.
supercell!
Just after
Run,
3 p.m.,
bro!
An ominous-looking funnel hovers above the ground,
That's so scary.
and within seconds reaches the surface. The newly formed tornado initially causes only weak damage as it tracks to the northeast,
Pussy.
bringing down patches of trees and causing light damage to rural structures.
Okay.
However, just 1 minute later, the tornado rapidly
Oh! Hey, no! You a storm watch? You see one of these bitches coming at you? Oh! Oh! This shit is fucking, bro. You go in here, nigga, you're gonna end up over there, bro. This shit gonna suck you up. You're all the way in here, bro. You got your leg over here, your neck over here.
It's completely destroying a couple mobile homes and
How come the cars are still there? Were the cars moved? Obviously, I don't think the cars parked here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Some of these cars look like they were parked here, though.
scattering the debris long distances. The strengthening tornado continues to cause.
Can it not pick up a
intense
car?
damage to rural structures,
If you're in a car, are you
flattening
safe?
Large swaths of forest as it races
Flattening
to the northeast
forest.
over 60 miles per hour. It's at
Jeez,
this moment
60
that
miles per
multiple
hour?
People began recording the tornado for the first time as it approaches the small towns of Anchor and Dixieland. One of these residents, Jay Rogue, films the
Oh my god, bro. If you're in J Rogue, you're fucked, bro. Just put your camera down, dog.
tornado as it approaches his location.
Ho! Okay, I get this is the tornado. So if I'm standing like right here, like if you stand like right here, are you safe? Like if you're not in the little suction thingy, it's in the ground, or if you stand right here, is it still safe? Bro, I'm telling you, dude, you hear these winds? It's actually not windy at all, but you can hear it.
With the roar of the approaching tornado only getting louder, the family
Run.
decides to move out of the tornado's way.
There we go.
When they return, there's little remaining of their home. After
Damn.
sweeping away, there's little remaining of their
Damn.
home.
Bro, what do you, bro? You gotta tell the insurance company
After
we lost it all, nigga. Bro, I'd be so sad.
The tornado races off to the northeast, leaving
Bro, I'd be so sad, bro, if a fucking tornado came and just ate up my whole house. Bro, then we can't stream no more. I can't sleep anymore or eat. Or even fucking survive kind of at this rate. All right, tornadoes might got it, bro.
behind a visible
Damn!
star in the ground, but
That boy was trying to split the earth.
unbeknownst to those in its path, the true power of the monster had yet to be revealed. At 3:19 p.m., the National Weather Service issues a strongly worded tornado warning as the now large and extremely dangerous tornado is approaching the small towns of Okolana, New Wren, Amory, and Smithville,
Extremely
Mississippi.
dangerous. Oh,
After crossing
Smithville.
County Road
Look at that.
Amory.
Look at the longer it goes, it's picking up more shit. It's like that Snake IO game, you know. The more it moves, the bigger it gets until like a bigger tornado comes in and has to eat this one, you know. And if we
in
look,
Smithville, Mississippi.
look at that, bro. He's cold, no, they're gonna be all right. New Wren cutting it real close. Armory gonna be chilling, but then Smithville gonna get that brunt of it. It's gonna go straight for that bow,
Mississippi.
especially because
After
that's the name of the
crossing
video.
County Road 159, the tornado abruptly begins showing signs of extreme intensification.
Oh,
badly
man.
debarking trees and completely leveling well-built homes
Jesus!
down to their
Why are the cars there?
foundations.
That
with
is kind of
some
crazy
being
though.
Completely swept.
But we got weak houses in America, I'm not gonna lie.
The narrow but violent core of the rapidly expanding tornado became so intense here that it even began to rip up the earth, creating a nearly mile-long swath of severe ground scouring despite moving at over 60 miles per hour. At
Jeez.
this speed and size, this extreme damage is inflicted in less than 2 seconds. At the
Jeez.
same moment, local resident
60
Greg
miles per
Lambert
hour is
takes
so
a photo
fast.
of the tornado, revealing the monster wedge
Ho!
that passes just to his north.
Well, that's a nice home. I know this nigga was scared. Oh my god. He's gonna come take out the farm!
4 miles away on Highway 45 alternate, 55-year-old Lynn Davis is driving south in his white pickup truck on his way to help his friend Tim, who suffered damage from a tornado earlier that day. While
You gonna
on the
help?
phone with Tim,
Good luck, Lynn,
begins to
you
notice
dummy.
something strange approaching over the trees and
You just fucking idiot ass nigga. They said, there's a bunch of tornadoes, I need help. Okay. No, nigga, they coming for you next, boy.
utters a chilling phrase. That looks like a tornado. Before the phone call suddenly
Oh, that nigga Lynn Davis. No, Lynn.
ends. A semi
Said that looked like a Lynn, what's that sound? Lynn, are you okay? Lynn.
truck driver driving directly behind Lynn watches in horror as Lynn's vehicle is peeled off the road.
What? This is a real video? This can't be real.
Behind Lynn watches in horror as Lynn's vehicle is peeled off the roadway by the ferocious winds of the tornado.
Oh shit, my bad. I said if you're in a car, you safe, nigga. That's a pickup truck carrying something else. That's a big boy ass car.
Watches in horror as Lynn's vehicle.
This is AI, ain't it? This gotta be AI. This AI. That's, oh my. No! Hundreds of feet. He tossed that nigga. Tossed that nigga like a toy car. He just got it. He just picked this as the car. The tornado said, bitch, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Lynn and his truck begins to orbit around the violent winds.
No!
Trapped inside the tornado's grip in a cruel balance of...
Lynn fucking dead, boy. Lynn has been spaghettified. That nigga's in there spinning in the fucking tornado. Lynn, how much of a fucking retard do you have to be? You couldn't see that the fucking tornado come? It's attached to the sky, nigga. It goes from the earth to the sky. He couldn't see that bitch coming over some trees. What? He couldn't hear that shit? I told you what that shit said. Lynn! Lynn, what the fuck, dude? What's the matter with you?
Forces.
Bro, he in that bitch having the ride of his life. Oh my god, that's just going 60 miles per hour. And he's 100 feet in the air in a fucking truck. That nigga's in there having a fucking washing machine spin socket. Lynn! That semi-truck driver said, holy shit, saw that nigga get picked up and carried away.
As it begins to close in on the small community of Chapel Grove.
It's gonna throw the truck at Chapel Grove. That nigga picked him up from that town and took him to a whole different city. Bro, what the fuck?
Tornado, soaring hundreds of feet.
Look at this shit.
Air. Lynn and his truck begins
Oh
to
my
orbit around
god.
the winds of the twister.
Oh my
Trapped
god.
inside the tornado.
I'm sorry I ever said I would take a tornado. I'm sorry I ever said that. Nigga, keep me in the earthquakes. Yeah, tornadoes got it, bro. Them they like that, nigga. Try it if you want to. Nigga was here. We can't even see where he started from anymore. He was all the way back there.
Crashing into the community at peak strength, the tornado inflicts incredible damage to several well-constructed brick homes, completely sweeping them off their foundation.
Brick homes?
Causing intense vegetation damage and scouring the ground. As the tornado moves...
Bro, that nigga threw a fucking Chevy Silverado into somebody's fucking living room at fucking 6,000 miles per hour. I guarantee that nigga was in 100 feet in the air. Just, whoom, nigga, all of a sudden you got a fucking, boom, Silverado hit you dead in the chest, nigga. You trying to be like, oh, it's okay. That's just not gonna come. That shit probably didn't even have to be on the way of the tornado. You could have been on the side. That shit just shot out. Just boom, nigga. That shit would be crazy, bro. Just get hit with one of them goddamn Dodge Rams. Oh man, it's not no regular F-150. This a fucking Raptor, nigga. Boom, boom.
Past town, however, it suddenly begins to weaken, breaking the delicate balance of forces that have trapped Lynn Davis in his truck.
He's still in there!
And suddenly, Lynn comes crashing back to Earth, sadly killing him on impact.
Jesus.
Lynn Davis's truck had flown an unbelievable 1.7 miles through...
Now, come on, bro. 2 miles, 100 feet in the air, you're going, circling, he died on impact? He survived the 2 mile spin, go around the window, oh, what? I'm telling you, nigga, that was a fucking F-150 straight through somebody's fucking living room.
The air before finally landing near the foundation of one of the destroyed homes. The
Boom!
furthest distance a vehicle has ever been thrown by a tornado.
2 miles!
The next 10
Lynn's a fucking idiot.
miles, the tornado...
Bro, they said, we can't find this nigga. Where is he? The nigga's 2 miles over there. They said, oh my God, Lynn.
destroys several homes.
Dude, he's still not stopping. Bro, that nigga taking everything else with him too. He said, who next, nigga? Who next? Yeah, we running through shit around here, nigga. We blowing shit down, boy. Who next, nigga? Does this tornado have a name? The Big T. We gotta get this tornado a name, cause it's not like them other tornadoes, nigga. He not playing, he not taking no for an answer. He not playing no games, nigga. If you got it, he gonna take it. He don't give a fuck.
Before finally dissipating at 3:39
This
p.m.
take-hate a
just
tornado.
north of the city of Amory, Mississippi, claiming the lives of 4 people. However, something far stronger was brewing.
What?
As the first tornado begins,
No way!
Parent supercell continues to track to the northeast, drawing closer and closer.
He said there was 70 of them bitches out here, bruh. 70 of these little TK tornadoes just over here throwing cars, fuck, killing people.
Closer to the dangerous thermal boundary left by storms earlier in the day.
The
Near
supercell need to
boundary,
calm down.
Saturated air and backed winds will lower the storm's base closer to the ground and increase the already incredibly high low-level wind shear, turning an already historic atmosphere into what is possibly the most extreme tornadic environment ever recorded.
Can't even. Whoa,
If
we
the
got to
supercell
record
could
it.
tap into this environment.
We gotta see
a
some
tornado
videos.
of unimaginable power would be released, and at 3:40 p.m.
So if that one was TK the tornado, then who is this? This has got to be Thanos. So this is Thanos tornado Thanos. All right. So TK, you know, so TK was the other one. He caught him a couple bodies and shit like that. But this nigga's about to take out half a fucking human life right here. This is the Thanos tornado. Obviously, look at this nigga's feet, bro. We're only 7 minutes in. I gotta stop pausing.
That's exactly what happened.
Here we
Sirens
go.
begin to scream
Thanos.
as the supercell merges with a smaller storm to its south.
Oh, they did the fusion dance? They fused together? That nigga, what's that movie? What's that one movie? 2011? Was it 2012? When they had the tornadoes, they had the 4 tornadoes, and they fucking merged together to make one big super tornado? I thought that was just stupid movie shit. This shit happened in real life. These niggas did fusion. Ha! What are you talking about? They have the
Developing a
Pataras?
new area of powerful rotation just to the north of the dissipating tornado.
It's Snake Eye. What did I tell you? He'll only be stopped if there's a bigger tornado that eats him up, and then he takes him with him. It's Snake Eye in real life. Thanos tornado. It's even purple like Thanos.
While this is happening, 2 amateur storm chasers, Camille Collins and Ashley
Bro, I get it, right? If you're a storm chaser, this right here, nigga, this is okay. Everybody can be a storm chaser, but if you're in this bitch as a storm chaser, nigga, you the GOAT. All right, you the fucking GOAT. You're a dumbass, because we're probably gonna hear about how this motherfucker died. But I get it. If you're a storm chaser and your heart of hearts, you gotta do this, right? It's the biggest storm ever. Nigga, you said this is what I live for, nigga. This is what we gonna die for. She probably died doing what she loves to do. You know what? And for that, we don't even know what happened, but I guarantee, look at nigga, this nigga catching bodies. They don't catching bodies, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hurley go outside to get a better look at the intensifying storm.
Can we get the video?
And begin recording the clouds.
Yes. Camille, let's go! Holy shit! Bro, that shit looks like fucking, I don't even know, bro. What is it? What are those things in Greek mythology, like the Titans and shit? It look like them bitches coming out the sky. Damn, she couldn't get a better camera? How you a storm watcher with a shitty camera?
Within just a few seconds, the two begin to notice a strange-looking cloud passing directly to their northwest that begins rotating incredibly quickly.
Bro,
Moments later,
They're
the funnel
done.
lowers towards the ground. Hovering just above the surface, the tornado starts its
video.
flight as a
Good job,
relatively
Camille.
weak vortex.
Good job,
doing little
Camille.
more than snapping trees as it moves along the Tombigbee waterway, but this weak phase is short-lived. The tornado's condensation funnel suddenly reaches the ground and explodes in intensity, drilling a narrow but incredibly intense swath of damage, removing several inches of grass and soil from the surface. At the same time, the now violent tornado crashes into a forest, flattening every single tree in
Jeez.
its path, stripping them of their bark. It's at this moment, however, that something unexpected happens. As the tornado passes through the forest, its core suddenly collapses. Ripped apart by the intense wind shear, the tornado struggles, only inflicting minor damage to trees and low-lying vegetation as it races to the northeast. For a brief moment, it appears as if the residents in the storm's path had just dodged a bullet, avoiding the worst of the storm's wrath.
Good
However,
job.
this lapse in strength isn't going to last long.
what?
Just as fast as it weakened.
Hold
the
up, wait a
tornado
minute.
strikes at
Y'all
both
thought
the
I was
balance
finished?
between the powerful wind shear trying to tear it apart, and the unstoppable power of the storm's updraft trying to keep it together, and a tornadic core of incredible power crashes to Earth. Instantly, all the trees and vegetation
EF1
surrounding
too?
the vortex are flattened and debarked as the core accelerates from EF1 to EF5 intensity in less than 6 seconds.
Cooked. You're cooked,
At the
bro.
same time, The winds inside the vortex become so strong and the pressure drops so violently that the ground begins to literally explode outwards.
You're cooked. That's just an EF5. Is that the shit they warn you about, like when it's like hurricanes and tsunamis and shit? This your shit's getting fucked, nigga.
So violently that the ground begins to literally explode outwards.
The ground exploded. I don't even know what the fuck that means, nigga. It's like when they fight in Dragon Ball Z. That's what the fucking ground look like.
Digging a trench in the ground over a foot deep.
Oh my god, it's like in Naruto when they fight. It's like, boom,
unbelievable. Due to the tornadic course, fast forward speed, and relatively small size, this incredible feat of damage is inflicted in less than half a second.
Jeez.
Racing to the northeast at a brutal 63 miles per hour, the tornado begins to set its sights on the small town of Smithville, Mississippi.
Run!
3/4 of a mile to the
Run!
northeast, Tim Nix, along with several others, are frantically descending down the opening of a storm shelter when they catch a glimpse of the whirling gray mass racing directly at them. With just seconds to spare,
Do it.
Tim takes a photo
Do
of the
it.
approaching tornado before closing the door to the shelter behind him.
Bro, this is what it looks like. Can we get an after picture? What it looks like after this fucking storm? That bitch is coming straight for you, nigga. I'm shitting bricks, bro. How scary is this, bro? You're in there with a little small metal door. This shit is ripping. This shit's making the ground explode, okay? And you're in the ground, all right? I'm not storm expert, but I'd be scared.
Rapidly expanding.
But we
and
got
growing
the picture, so he
stronger
must have
with
survived.
Every second that passes, the tornado impacts the intersection of Davis Road and Highway 25, deeply scouring the ground and completely sweeping away 2 mobile homes as well as a bed and breakfast, granulating the debris into
It's a mobile home. Couldn't you have moved it? Because it's a, I'm not even going to do that.
tiny pieces and scattering what was left long distances downwind. 3 people
Nigga, hope
were
you didn't have
thrown
any
into the
family
air as
pictures.
their homes
What?
disintegrate around them, 2 of which
They were at home still? These niggas was chilling in the crib?
pieces
What do you mean?
scattering what was left
They thought their mobile home was going to protect them?
long distances downwind.
Whoa!
3 people are thrown into the air.
These
as their
niggas
homes
gotta be
disintegrate around
stupid.
them, 2 of which, a mother and daughter, are thrown into
Flung.
a nearby culvert and miraculously survive despite
Culver?
major
What the fuck is a
injuries.
culver? Is that a restaurant?
Bird, however,
This is a long-ass
thrown from
video.
the bed
I'm
and
sorry.
breakfast, is sadly killed.
Yeah, of
becoming
course.
The first person to lose
Nigga,
their
you got
life to
picked
the
up right here.
tornado.
First person to lose their life to I thought we just saw the other nigga lose his life. Oh, this is
At the
Thanos.
same location,
TK killed the other guy.
3
This is
vehicles
Thanos.
stood parked near the bed and breakfast. A large
Drive
RV
away.
and 2 semi-trucks.
Yeah,
As
Texas.
the core passes, all 3 vehicles soar into the air
Jeez.
despite weighing
It
tens of
picked up the
thousands of pounds
18-wheelers?
each, flying for hundreds of
Oh,
yards.
no.
The RV and
Oh,
one of the
no.
semi-trucks come
Oh, no.
crashing to
RVs.
Earth, deeply embedding
Oh,
themselves
no.
into the ground
Oh,
as
no.
unrecognizable husks of scrap metal.
What?
The second semi-truck, in one of its cargo of 5 65 steel pipes, however,
Oh
disappears
my
into the
god! You got those fucking huge ass steel pipes in that bitch? Bro, I'm telling you, what? That shit goes straight through your fucking front windshield, bro. That shit's gonna be sent flying fucking 40 miles that way to the next house. Somebody's gonna be trying to enjoy their day. Just ping! You get beamed by one of them bitches, bro.
is never
What?
seen again.
Never
Ripped
seen
to
again.
pieces by the violent winds.
Jesus!
Half a mile to the northwest,
That shit is
employees
crazy.
working at the Glover Wilkins Lock and Dam
Nigga, you got vans coming at you at 600 miles per hour. It's film. You gotta try and dodge them bitches. It's like that fucking Missy Elliott video. You gonna be in there like,
begin to film what they are seeing.
let's see it.
There.
Oh my god. Bro, why are you inside still?
That's
Nigga,
just to the east of us.
that's just to the east of us.
And you gotta see this debris up
Oh
there.
my god, bro. I'm telling you, bro, nigga, you're way too close. One of them steel pipes can come through this window, nigga. I'm telling you, an F-150 is coming straight through this goddamn window from this distance, bro. This shit, it was 100 feet in the air. Oh my
Please
gosh.
watch as the funnel morphs into a large wedge shape, moving incredibly quickly and centrifuging debris in all directions. The tornado has gone from a stout cone to a massive wedge in just 23 seconds. At the same time, 85-year-old Jesse Cox is sheltering in his home when the core overtakes.
Why, Jesse? Brother, I know you got windows, nigga. At this point, you didn't see this? I mean, at this point, he's already in the fucking tornado radius. But nigga, you don't see this bitch coming? I know you can't be asleep. The wind is going crazy.
The decades-old home is no match for the ferocious winds
He's
of
an
the
idiot.
core and is completely
Here we
swept
go!
away, with
See
the
ya,
debris
Jesse.
granulated into tiny pieces.
And it didn't even pick
sadly
up Jesse.
resulting in the death of Jesse.
I didn't even
The
want to pick up
destruction had
Jesse.
been so
Oh my
violent
gosh.
that the concrete foundation itself was lifted, chipped, and partially dislodged, along with completely shredding and debarking all vegetation
Shredding.
nearby.
Put that boy in a
Continuing to
cheese grater.
scour the ground,
Put that nigga
the
in a
tornado
cheese grater
begins to enter the main part
of air.
Smithville and
This tornado, you know what this tornado is? It's a goddamn fat ass Rasengan, bruh. You know how when that nigga made the Rasengan, it's like the chakra that fucking spins in all directions and it just fucking eliminates everything. Tell me that's not this goddamn tornado. It's just a big ass Rasengan. And fucking Naruto just sent out here to destroy everything in its goddamn path.
counters home
This is
after
one of them. What is Wind Shuriken Rasengan Wind Shuriken style? Huh? It's one of them bitches.
home, pulverizing each one in its path and claiming another life. Just ahead on Highway 25, Jimmy Cowley attempts to
Run!
the tornado in
That's
his
what I'm
truck,
talking
but
about, Jimmy.
realizes he isn't going to make it. Jimmy turns into a driveway as his windows implode around him. His vehicle is lifted into the air and
How fast was it going? I thought it was going 60 miles per hour. You can do that in a truck, dog. Bro, I'm getting up out of there. I don't care what the fuck they say, nigga. I'm gone, nigga. They said this shit is 60 miles per hour. You're not catching me.
truck, but realizes he isn't going to make it. Jimmy turns
trying to pull
into
into
the
a
driveway
driveway?
as his windows implode around him. His vehicle is lifted into the air
See
and
ya.
tumbles as if it were made of plastic.
See you
before
later.
Crashing back onto the road. Miraculously, Jimmy survives despite receiving a severe laceration to his head from flying debris.
W Jim.
However,
W Jim.
many of those around him are not as fortunate. 3 more would lose
Old
their
nigga
lives here as their
survived.
homes are wiped away around
Bro,
them.
why are so many people still at
one of
home?
the destroyed homes, a red Ford Explorer SUV disappears into the vortex, becoming a deadly missile as it flies through the air.
What did I say, bro? These trucks are not to be fucked with in this tornado, bro. This tornado's a fat ass gun just shooting fucking trucks and semis at you.
As the power within the tornado grows
I'm
stronger,
telling you, someone was
the
at home and got a
compact
truck
but
in their
extremely
fucking
violent
kitchen.
core begins to inflict extreme feats of damage, completely sweeping away
Oh
homes,
my God.
throwing vehicles into
Oh my
unrecognizable balls
God,
of metal,
bro.
and creating such a strong suction effect that curtains in nearby homes are sucked up between the ceiling and walls.
Wow. Just wow, right? Mother Nature, damn, you scary, bruh.
Some of the most impressive damage, however, would come from the large trees growing along
Suck
Highway
the curtains in
25.
between the
These
ceiling and
trees, weighing several tons each, were not only completely
Several
debarked and
tons.
denuded, but were violently ripped out of the ground and granulated into wooden splinters, leaving nothing behind but dirt-filled craters lining the road.
Oh my God.
More and more
Yeah.
debris begins
Try
to fill
talking.
the air, becoming deadly shrapnel to anything unlucky enough to be caught.
It's
in
a
its path.
Rasengan, bro.
Homes,
It's
trees,
fucking-
businesses alike. All
Oh
become
my God,
sandblasted
it's a
by these
floor
deadly,
to
high-speed
ceiling
projectiles as the
Rasengan. Bro,
storm
how come no one has used this in an anime? This would be a hella OP power, bro. Storm can do this, can't she? Bro, this power, right? You could kill anything, bro. It's sucking up everything, nigga. It's shooting everything back out. Bro, nigga, come on. Tornado, I might put Tornado over Goku at this point, bro. If they had a Dragon Ball Z version of Tornado where it's fucking, I don't know, sucking up Frieza ships and Namekians.
barrels.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's just crazy.
Crossing over Main Street, a manhole cover and its steel ring are ripped away, leaving
More
behind a
weapons.
bare concrete hole while the Ford Explorer continues to soar overhead.
Who is getting hit with this
Half
Ford
a mile to
Explorer?
the east, a security camera at
This
the
Ford
Smithville
Explorer is gonna
Police
go
Department
fucking-
captures
bah!
the
Someone's gonna
outer
get hit
edge
with
of
that-
the
ah!
tornado as objects
Ah!
fly across the screen before the video
What was that?
suddenly cuts out.
I got hit by a Suburban.
3
What?
across the Smithville Police Department captures the outer edge of the tornado as
God
objects fly
damn.
across the screen before the video
God
suddenly cuts out.
damn.
3 more large, well-built
Destruction.
homes are obliterated along Main
Pure
Street.
destruction.
Mutilating trees, scouring the driveways, ripping the plumbing out of the ground, sweeping the foundations clean, and scattering the fragments
Nah, you got it,
hundreds of
Tornado.
yards away.
You got it,
claiming
Tornado.
another life.
Nah, this ain't the way to go
Scattered
out.
across town,
Oh, y'all
numerous
fucked.
people
Y'all
scramble
fucked.
underground
Y'all
to whatever
fucked.
shelter they can find in the few seconds they have left. The ground
Oh, you're
began
fucked.
to shake as a deafening roar grew louder and louder. One
Ah!
survivor described the sound as if a giant hammer was pounding the ground over and over again, like a sonic boom that repeats itself.
Nah, bro. You got it, Tornado.
Crashing into a row of mobile homes, the tornado claims another life as it closes in on the Pearson family
Bro,
home.
Thanos is going
Carla
crazy.
Jones is babysitting 3 children.
No, Carla!
With the
Bro, how you leave your babysitter here and it's a goddamn tornado on the way? Bitch, get home to your kids. Babysitter, get these little niggas up out of here. How y'all so kicking it?
deafening roar of the tornado quickly approaching, and not enough time to make it to a shelter.
No!
Carla pushes the kids into the home's bathtub and
Carla!
lays on top of them in an effort to shield the children from the
Carla,
storm. Despite going to the
no!
safest place possible in the large 2-story home,
Carla!
no structure is
No!
capable of surviving what's coming.
Them bitches got
entire-
fucking sent up in there, got sucked up with the Suburban. They probably inside of the Suburban right now. The way that shit is moving, they probably ended up inside the
Her home
Suburban.
is torn down to the concrete foundation.
Kids everywhere.
Incredibly, the home's anchor bolts are ripped up and swept away.
They was right there. The bathtub was right there. I bet you, nigga. Phew. Now that bitch over fucking 16 miles down the
leaving
street.
nothing behind but a clean slab and completely debarked trees. The 3 children disappear into the vortex and are found 100 yards away on a nearby baseball field.
Oh my
severely
God.
injured, but somehow still alive.
All the kids?
Carla, however, is killed. She
What?
was only 37 years old at the time and gave her life to save the 3 children. Simultaneously,
That's
the
God
Red
watching
Ford
them
Explorer
kids, bro.
that was picked up half a mile
Shoom,
earlier along
telling you.
Highway
Where'd it go?
25
Who'd it hit? Who do we
slams
think it
into
hit?
Smithville Water Tower,
Oh.
colliding with such extreme force, it leaves a large 6-inch deep dent into the structure's solid steel.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. As like a memory, that shit's still there. It's like, whoa, bink! Nigga, the fucking Explorer just sent at you, nigga. That could have been somebody's fucking dome right there. That could have been your fucking kitchen window right here. Had a Suburban. Bink! It says 6 inches, but I think he means 6 foot.
Frames. It leaves a large 6-inch deep dent into the
6
structure's
inch deep?
solid steel frame before
Okay.
bouncing off and disappearing back into the
Bouncing
tornado
off?
strip.
What? It went back in the tornado!
Spotting the whirling gray mass just seconds before impact, Michelle Wardlaw and her grandmother run across Elm Street to the nearest storm shelter. Unable to hear or speak to each other over the deafening roar, they watch in awe
Nigga, what? You think they're gonna make it? I don't think they're making
as
it.
cars, trees, and
They not
pieces
making
of
it.
houses fly above their heads. Michelle and
Wow!
her grandmother are swept off their feet by the ferocious winds of the twister,
I told you
but
it
in
was
an
me.
incredible stroke of luck, land inside the doors of the storm shelter, sparing their lives. Their
Woo!
neighbors, however, would not be so fortunate.
Damn.
As the tornado
Well, everybody's
crosses
just
into
kicking
the
it at
town's
home.
eastern subdivision, it reaches its maximum intensity.
Maximum?
Inflicting tornado damage so extreme, it seems inconceivable.
I already can't believe
Extreme
this.
ground scouring carves into the surface as half a dozen large, well-built, multi-story homes are wiped off the face
They're going
of
to the
earth
suburban
as if
neighborhood
they
now.
never existed. The tornado destroys
Oh
the
my
homes
God.
so violently.
Oh,
that the debris was
it leveled
granulated into
everything.
Tiny, unrecognizable pieces. Not even a
Nigga, your fucking whole life memories just got turned into dust. Nigga, that shit's somewhere in Arkansas now, boy. You live in Mississippi. Your whole nigga, your grandma in Arkansas. That shit sucked her up, took her out. Now she in New York, goddammit. You're suburban in fucking Texas.
As the tar surface peels away into neatly compacted rolls.
That's so crazy.
Of the 8 people in this area who didn't make it to an underground shelter,
Dead.
not a single one
Dead.
survived. Like a knife
Marked.
carving into the landscape, the tornado crosses Monroe Street and reaches the Smithville Cemetery and Funeral Home. Gravestones are ripped apart and lofted as the entire brick funeral home is granulated so violently that the bricks turn into
Gravestone?
fine powder.
Oh my
The
God.
only things remaining on the
Not the
property
graveyard.
are bare concrete slab and craters where trees had once stood. alongside the historic
That shit is
funeral.
so like once you get sucked in the tornado, there's so much shit that's been sucked inside of the tornado. Like you're getting cut the fuck up. You're probably fucking losing limbs and all type of shit. It's probably hard to breathe in that bitch. Oh my goodness.
Home. A red
Probably
husk of
cold and
steel
hot.
lay in a ditch among the debris and debarked
That's the
vegetation.
Suburban.
Unbelievably,
The
this
Suburban!
ball of steel was the red SUV picked up along Highway 25 that impacted the Smithville Water Tower.
Turn that nigga into
The
a
truck
ball.
had completed a mile-long journey through the air before finally landing among the devastation.
Bro, I know the nigga, whoever's truck that is, that nigga pissed
Crawling
off
out
right
from the
now.
destruction,
I know your
a
insurance
man
not
in town
covering
takes
that.
out his phone and begins to film the monster tornado.
Wow. This is after it left?
Its roar clearly audible from over a mile away. In less
See
than
you
2
later.
minutes, the entire northern half of Smithville was completely destroyed, leaving behind a hellish landscape and taking the lives of 16 people.
Many people.
But
Wow.
the tornado is far from finished.
What?
At 3:47 p.m.,
Bro, you gotta
the
chill.
tornado finally exits Smithville and begins to track the rural forested terrain, growing wider and wider before reaching its peak width of nearly a mile wide.
Oh
flattening
my
the entire
God.
forest in its wake. To this day, these images depict some of the worst vegetation damage ever inflicted by a tornado. Darnell Colums, worried about her daughter Camille,
A mile.
the same Camille who recorded the tornado's first moments back in Smithville,
Yep.
steps outside and captures the violent wedge passing just to her
Camille,
west.
are you in there?
This image is
Oh!
the most iconic image ever captured.
Damn, bro. Damn. That's that big gas right there. That's puffing on that big za right there, boy. Big smoke clouds.
of the tornado.
It's that
After
Zaza.
crossing the Alabama border, the tornado's track
That
begins
runs
to
pack.
shift more to the east, putting the projected path straight towards the town of Hackleburg, itself obliterated by another EF5 tornado just minutes earlier.
And now you
However,
got
As
Thanos.
the tornado approaches, a miracle seems to take place. The path curves farther to the north, sparing the already devastated town, but now moving dangerously close to rural homes northwest of the town of Hamilton. Running to the back porch of a home, Scott Smith films the tornado as it crosses
You gotta
over
get
Interstate
behind
22,
the tornado.
passing dangerously close to his home.
We're
Ho!
across about a mile from us right here, right now.
Right here, right now, boy.
Take up.
Take cover, little bitch. Tornado
Although not as large
watch.
and powerful
That's
as
what they
it
gonna
once
call
been,
us,
the
tornado
tornado is
watch.
rapidly regaining both its size and strength and heading directly towards Highway 19.
I got a
2
storm
miles
on my
north
wrist.
along County Road
Tornado watch.
157, Dave Forster begins filming the
Sabar.
tornado as it
Sabar,
passes
come
to
on,
its
give me
south, revealing that within just a couple minutes, the tornado has already morphed back into a large wedge. At the same time the video is being
Yikes.
filmed, a large family home along Highway 19 is directly struck and destroyed. 6 people tragically lose their lives in this single house alone as the walls collapse onto them. Racing through the
6?
rural areas at nearly 70 miles per hour, the tornado explosively intensifies, regaining its
Bro, this thing's got at
extremely
least
violent
20 bodies
core
by
as
now,
it
right?
crosses and parallels Highway 20. Thousands
Hello?
of trees are completely debarked and flattened, with even the ground beneath them deeply scoured. No match for the violent winds, a collection of manufactured homes, along with vehicles nearby, disappear into the vortex as if they never existed, scattering metal fragments
This is
hundreds of yards
crazy.
away
I'm-
into the
we're streaming
obliterated
right now.
forests. Tragically,
Bro,
51-year-old
these people are
Rodney
fucking
Ailes
cooked.
is killed when his home is overtaken by the tornado. Moments later, his wife Sheila, who survived
My
the
Sheila!
Hackleburg earlier that day, arrives home.
My
only to find
Shayla!
Continued day. Moments later, his wife Sheila, who survived the Hackleburg tornado earlier that day, arrives home only to find a bare slab.
Damn.
Continuing to cause incredibly violent damage to trees and rural structures, the tornado remains over mostly forested terrain, avoiding the populated areas
My
north of the town of
Shayla!
Hackleburg, before beginning to gradually weaken and finally dissipating 2 miles east of Hodges, Alabama.
Finally,
drifting
nigga.
underground for nearly 40 miles.
40!
The tornado had ended, but the destruction had not. all across Mississippi and Alabama.
There's fucking
Dozens of
68
tornadic supercells
other
in the same
tornadoes going
volatile
on at the same
atmosphere produce
time.
Hundreds of strong to violent
Bro,
tornadoes,
I'm
including
surprised
3
America's
other
still standing.
EF5s in the towns of
3?
Philadelphia, Hackleburg, and Rainsville.
Oh my
unleashing
God.
untold devastation and claiming the lives of
Bro, this is
320
fucking D-Day, bro. This is fucking
Back in Smithville,
doomsday.
however, the scene was apocalyptic.
The last day on
Those that
Earth,
survived
nigga.
emerged
Yeah, this is
into
the
a barren
apocalypse.
wasteland with
Then
everything
go
around
find
them
God after this. Then go to
completely
church after this if
unrecognizable.
you survive, boy.
23
You're not
people
supposed to
lost
make
their
it, nigga.
lives.
This was the reckoning, nigga. The
Countless
rumbling,
others
nigga.
disappeared.
Rumbling, the rumbling.
The
The
damage, however, was
rumbling,
nothing
the
short of
rumbling, nigga. That's what's going on.
The
These boys
tornado
is
dug
cooked.
deep trenches into the ground, threw vehicles miles through the air,
Bro.
obliterated entire forests.
Nigga, I'm telling you, even if you
completely
survived,
swept
you
away
had a
numerous
50%
well-built
chance of catching a
structures
Ford
and
Raptor
grenaded
to your
into
fucking
dust.
cranium
Doing all
at
this while moving
872
over
miles per hour.
This combination of incredible
Look at
damage
this.
and rapid forward
Nigga, that was a
speed,
school.
along with existing one of the
That's a
most
bitch of a parking lot
traumatic
now.
environments ever documented.
My
lead many to
God.
believe that Smithville is the strongest tornado in recorded history.
Fuck yeah, dude. I thought tornadoes was some pussy shit. Bro, what the fuck is this? That's the goddamn Michael Jordan of tornadoes. We got the fucking Lionel Messi tornado in this bitch. What?
Downtown Tokyo, March 20th, 1995.